Jimmy's Jam Box. Keep jamming. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another exciting episode of Jimmy's Jam Box. We're here. We're back at it again, and we're going to get on into it. But before we do, as always, please make sure to like, subscribe, push all the buttons, do all the things. You know, I don't know where they are, but you do, and I trust you. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get on into it. Here is today's guest.
What's up, man? I'm Iggy Jones.
It's mxtxbbyghost.
Dovahnoface, Big Dove.
Hey, I'm SPEKS.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello. Hell yeah. Thank you guys so much for being here.
Oh, thanks for having us.
Yo,
man.
real big shout out. These guys have been fans of the shows for a long time. Big fan. I've seen pretty much, I think this will be like the first Vancouver show I'm not going to see of y'all today.
Yeah.
Damn.
You've been to
I
all
didn't know
the-
you were not coming.
Yeah, no, I got something I
you've
got to
been
do
to
after this.
all the Portland ones. And
I know, yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
They've been crazy. Super
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
Been a great welcome to out-of-state shows for
Hell
sure.
yeah.
Shout out Portland.
Hell yeah. Definitely glad we finally get y'all down here.
Yeah, for sure. We love it. We love it.
All right, now since there are 1.5 trillion of you, also shout out for being the first 4-person interview.
Yeah,
bro.
Everybody's clapping as it happens.
It could only be us.
That's right. And this has been meant to happen for a while. So
Oh,
like I
yeah.
said, this is
we're
a
coasting.
moment for sure.
for sure.
But we're gonna go down the line. We're gonna start with you, and we're gonna
Okay.
go all the way to the end. And let's just do this is shorter than usual, but tell us just a little bit about like what you do musically and like where you're from.
Okay. Well, I'm Ig, and Iggy Jones, and I sing a little bit. I rap a little bit. Just from, I'm fuck you guys, man. I'm from you see what I had to deal with? I'm from, just north of Seattle, right? We live north in Everett.
Yeah.
And that's where I reside.
Okay.
Genius. And yeah, no, it's your turn, buddy.
I'm mxtxbbyghost. I'm from like Tacoma area. Shit, I just, be doing whatever I can with my voice,
Yeah. fun.
basically.
He be singing and rapping too.
I'm a Dovahnoface. I'm from like a little town called Fife. Kind of sticks type deal, and I met them just out and about. So it's like too far north, too far south.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
in the middle.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'm SPEKS. I'm the DJ producer. I move all over, but I've grown up here in Washington, so like I've moved all over. I wouldn't claim one spot.
Fair.
Yeah.
He lives with me.
I live with this guy.
Presently, they're living
I live with
together.
this guy.
All right, now, again, since there's so many, you were kind of going to do this in stages for the next little bit. What got y'all into music initially? And we'll go backwards this time. Start
Oh,
with Specs.
great. Well, originally I did like really crappy like SoundCloud EDM like mashups and mixes, and then I was in a few hardcore bands before I met Ig, and I hit him up over Twitter when I worked at McDonald's, and I was like, "Hey man, do you want to make some tunes?" And then I met these two douchebags. Now we're here.
Facts. Yeah. My dad was a metal singer. He was in a bunch of different metal bands when I was growing up. So I was just at a bunch of different shows all the time. So I kind of grew up around the music scene.
Okay.
And then I found the SoundCloud wave like 2015, 2016.
Yep.
And I just took everything. I took my whole life over. And then I met Iggy at an XXXTentacion concert.
Oh, hell yeah.
I met him in summer school, and then Iggy introduced us to SPEKS like couple years down the line. When I first started MVFL, it wasn't with any of these guys though. I'm the last.
Oh, so you're the
original member.
origin.
The origin,
Oh,
yeah.
okay,
The guy that
okay.
gave it the name. That's about it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, there's a question that's going to circle back to that in a little
Yeah,
bit. So
thanks.
I'm excited to hear that one.
yeah, def.
Hell yeah. All right, Ghost.
I've always listened to like, gorillas, stuff like that, and I
Hell
was
yeah.
like, damn, they're like, it's really cool to see like them do all this crazy ass shit, and then got into like Pierce DeVille, all that.
Mhm.
So I just like rock stars and shit like that. And then I moved up here and met Doughboy.
Where'd you move from?
I moved from Vegas.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I lived in
Okay.
Vegas for like my whole life. And then
Is that where you're like born initially?
yeah, I was born and raised there since I was like up until I was 14. I was living there basically. And then moved up here. And I
Hell
met
yeah.
Doughboy like 2 years after moving up here. He fucking introduced me to like, you know, the whole like making music and all that shit. I was supposed to be like the graphic designer, and I just, you know, ended up like picking up a mic.
Made his ass rap.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. All right, Iggy, let's hear it.
Well, you know, I don't. You know, it started off, you know, just to being a young dude, you know, liking tunes and such.
As one does.
No, but you know, I think, you know, as when you're going through like the, you know, high school, you know, stuff, you know, you're like, fucking, what do I?
That
fucking
whole
want?
rigmarole.
Yeah, you know, like what the fuck do I want to do? And everyone's telling you to do college and shit. And then, you
I'm sorry,
know,
do
I'm
what?
just going around enjoying, you know. I went to my first concert. It was a G-Eazy concert.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Dove was there.
Shout out G.
And SPEKS was there, but we
Oh,
did not
we
go
didn't
together.
go.
Oh,
I
okay.
didn't even know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Damn.
I didn't
Hey,
know
that-
any of these guys. But I went.
That's just how you secretly know it was meant to be.
Yeah.
If
Yeah, I
y'all
know, there's
if
origin
majority of you
stories.
were secretly at the same show together,
Yeah.
unbeknownst.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know, and I went there, and I can't lie to you. The moment where I was like, dude, I want to fucking do this shit, is I'm watching there, and I'm like, again, you have to imagine I'm like 15 years old, so like, you know,
So like 2 years ago.
no, I'm like 15. You know, I'm a freshman, and you know, he's singing a song, and they threw, you know, a bunch of garments on stage, and I was like, that's sick as shit. And then I was like, I'm gonna make music.
There's the moment.
And then, you know, and then it grew from there. Like, it started off as, you know, a little like infantile, like, oh, that was cool.
And then you started seeing Drake with all the bras, and you're like, all right.
Let's do it.
No,
The
you know.
crowd is leveled up. I need to level up.
No, you know, and then there's, you know, people that I met and artists I started listening to. I was like, okay, shit, this is like super cool. And I don't have to make music like G-Eazy. You know, that was when it really
Yeah.
changed.
Wait, you don't?
No.
Wait, you guys don't sound like G-Eazy?
I wish I sounded like
Oh,
G-Eazy.
man.
Sometimes.
I think I've been listening to the wrong band. The second you said that, I was like, hold on a second.
Yeah,
We
you
love
know.
G-Eazy. Shout out G-Eazy.
Hell yeah. I mean, G-Eazy, if you want to be on the show.
Yeah, G-Eazy.
Gerald,
Gerald.
come on,
Yeah,
Gerald.
let's
I met
make
him.
it happen. Let's
Gerald
make it
and
happen.
Jim
Oh,
Jim,
well, then we got an in.
And
I'm sure you guys are tight.
Bro,
Yeah,
so-
we're super tight.
Yeah, just
Great
homies for
homies.
sure,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure.
This. Like
All right,
this.
now we're not going to spend too much time on the foundation ones because obviously we want to hear the stories of you.
Yeah.
But this is a question that we ask early, we ask it often, and it's definitely a crowd favorite. So we're going to do it again, and we're gonna go this. I just kind of like this in a row thing. I think it
Yeah.
works.
Yeah,
It works
sweet.
best for everybody.
Yeah.
To start with Iggy, what was the first album you ever bought with your own money?
I knew you were going to say that. to
I
me.
know.
And here's the thing is I keep trying to think about it because I used to go to the library and like get the CDs and then
Okay.
I burn them onto my computer and then I get them.
You figured out that life hack really early on.
Because you could rent the shit
Yeah.
for free,
Yeah.
and they always had cool. And so I'd say,
I don't
like,
think it was renting at that point. I think it was just borrowing.
well, you know, whatever. I was doing whatever. I was taking them and I was downloading them on my computer. You know.
Okay.
And I
Well, then what was it? We'll modify it for you.
Yeah.
then. What was a defining one?
No
Like,
Ceilings by Lil Wayne.
Okay.
Yeah, it was. Dude, I remember they asked us one time to like, you had to like read a poem in class, and I was like, well, just like is rap
I mean-
poetry, and then I changed all of the bad words in it, and I did it.
Oh,
and it was
okay.
sick.
Did you get an A?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
it was
Shout out
sick.
Lil Wayne
Yeah.
for the
facts.
semi-plagiarism.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
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 Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Just
All
some
right.
shit, there's no fun.
All right, Ghost. What do you got?
I don't think I've ever actually like bought an album or like a CD or anything like that.
Bet.
But
Did you like the iTunes thing when you were younger? Like just stuff on the line? Or did you just figure out LimeWire really early on?
no, when SoundCloud first started coming up, I was like, I like needed to find a way to listen to my music without my phone being on, and
Oh,
YouTube was
okay.
like my source of music. So if I have my phone on in my pocket, it's gonna be like swiping around and shit.
Yeah.
I did not want that. So I
Well,
found
more-
SoundCloud and I was like, yeah, this is it right here.
Okay, for sure.
Yeah.
Then I guess same question with Iggy. What was like the first like early album that kind of like defined music for you?
Shit. I say like Probably I'm sorry, I'm absolutely blanking on the album name right now.
Do you remember the artist?
Yeah, it was Pierce DeVille, but I forgot what
This is
album
their
it was.
first album.
I think it was like their third. The one falling into or collide with the sky.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
what
okay.
it is.
Yeah,
Collide
yeah,
with the sky. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I found that
Yeah.
and I was going absolutely wild, sitting there listening to that on repeat like over and over.
Hell yeah.
It was nice.
Hell yeah. All right, let's keep moving down the line. Let's do
Yeah.
it.
My first album that I bought was Skillet, Awake and Alive.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yep.
I was
Fuck
fucking
yeah,
baller.
bro.
I felt so rebellious. My dad was like a death metal thrash dude, right? And like
And
I got
you
a
landed on
Christian, I got a
Skillet.
Christian
I was gonna
rock
say, you
band,
landed
and I was
on
just
Skillet.
like, "Fuck you, Dad! I love Christian rock." Yeah, shout out Skillet.
What
That
a
album's-
weird turn of rebellion. Hey, Dad, I know you listen to angry music. I'm going to listen to angry music in the name of the Lord.
Hell yeah!
That's
that album's great. I
incredible.
still listen to that album to this day. That album's fantastic.
What a weird
cross
dig at
is up,
somebody.
baby.
Yeah, it was so weird.
That's amazing.
I also really like the Naked Brothers band. I bought their CD
Dude.
from Target.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, that
Hell
shit
yeah.
was cool.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Nat Wolf.
Nat Wolf, yeah.
Blessing to our
Wolf.
planet, bro.
If I remember correctly, my dad took me to like a record store, and I bought Linkin Park's Meteora
Okay.
and Rob Zombie's Dragula.
Fire.
Oh,
Fire.
all right. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think
That's
that's like
good.
the first 2 CDs I ever owned.
Yeah.
I think, if I
That's
can remember
nuts.
correctly.
Those, like, quality choices for sure.
Not bad.
Quality. I mean,
I'm a big
there's no
Linkin Park
Skillet.
guy.
Yo, don't fucking.
No, that's-
yo,
honestly,
Skillet
I'm-
was the shit,
I'm
dude.
I'm just digging because that's a name I haven't heard in many moons.
I
you know
saw
what I mean?
you know the song Monster?
Yeah.
Yeah, do you remember Happy Tree Friends?
Yeah.
I saw like an AMV when I was in like 4th grade of the song Monster with that character Flippy from Happy Tree Friends, and I was like, this is the hardest shit I've ever seen.
That
dude.
shit's sick.
Dude, that
Yes.
song fucking
I'm
slaps.
saying, bro. Shout out Skillet.
Sorry.
Skillet
Shout out
stands.
if you want to be on the show.
Instant plug.
Immediately we'll make it happen.
Right now,
Well,
Skillet.
that is a full feature. We'll fly you out. Let's do it. For legal reasons, we will not fly you out. We don't have that budget. But if you want to fly out here, we will do it. All right, let's dive into it. We're gonna find out about MVFL as the unit,
Sick.
and we're gonna get the easy one out of the way. And I think you're gonna take this one away.
Yeah.
Where did the name come from?
So the name is the second iteration it's ever been in now. So it was MVFL at first, but I was the biggest X fan when I was like 16.
Okay.
So like I didn't think like we were really gonna make music. So I was recording on like a Turtle Beach headset in my homie's garage, you know,
Yep.
like Audacity, just
Yeah.
YouTube
Oh,
beats,
all you
just
had
a
to do was
bunch
say
of
Audacity,
bullshit.
yep.
Yeah, you know.
Yep.
And it was Mosh Brothers for life at first, which is the grossest shit I've ever I can't believe I actually admitted it. But then I was like, dude, I got turned like 17, and I was like, this is the corniest shit I've ever heard. and I had to change it. So then and then,
At least you acknowledged it.
yeah, so I changed it.
I want you to know we're
uh,
all proud of you for that.
misunderstood
Personal
violent fucking losers now, which I will stand by.
Oh,
Got it
okay.
tattooed on the face. So.
I'll be honest, I never knew what MVFL stood
Yeah,
for.
misunderstood
Yeah,
it's kind of
violent
a fun
fucking
one.
There's a
losers.
bunch of hints and songs, but I don't know if there's anywhere that it's just blatantly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know this, the show is a big fan of Hanson, so yeah, surprise. Surprise. Hanson, if you ever want to be on the show, we're going all the way. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. If you want to be on the same episode as Skillet,
Oh, dude.
What a combo.
We need
yeah.
that.
Like, I would love to hear the contrastual differences. That's a word. I made that up. Contrastual. There we
Oh,
go.
yeah.
That's
Y'all
a
can
word.
have that. That's
I made
coined. It's
that
on the
up.
internet, so it's a
if
real
you say it
word.
with confidence, it's real.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Big fan.
No.
I think there's a whole book about that. I just can't remember the name of it. The book was the fake. The name of the book was the fake word. And
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it was doomed to fail. All right, but let's keep not talking about books and talking about y'all making
Yeah,
music.
yeah.
And for this one's open format, so just
Cool.
try not to railroad each other, but talk about your writing process. And specifically, let's focus on when y'all either when y'all get together to work on it or when somebody's in the mood, what starts a track? What's those foundation steps that happen every time? And what decides a track is done?
Damn. Well, I think the best way to start it would be with him.
I kind of figured,
He would
although I
probably
almost
be-
feel like he would be the best way to end it because he's gonna cover the everything.
Yeah.
So either way, but this is open format, so whoever wants to go first.
I don't know. You want to go first?
I mean, honestly, I usually demo the tracks out, like in my bedroom, just making stuff, and usually I just try out like different samples and stuff first.
Okay. So are you just like always working on beats all of the time?
I mean,
like, are you just one of those
yeah.
people that's
Fucking
just
monster.
constantly
I don't-
cooking?
He's
I never slow
He's
down.
an animal. We have a shared folder with like all the beats. I couldn't even tell you how many beats we have.
And that's like-
We're in a
disgusting.
group chat where we have to constantly remind him to stop
It's
making beats for a
insane.
second.
The man's a workhorse.
Yo, dog, the alarm went off. Go outside for 5 minutes, touch some grass.
It's crazy. But I just wait for the specs pack, dude. I get the specs pack and
Oh,
I'm just,
fuck yeah.
I'd be losing sleep.
I was going to say, is it the daily specs pack or the weekly specs pack?
whenever it come.
Usually
Yeah.
it's weekly. I try
Okay.
to be
Okay.
Even like a
consistent.
package.
Yeah.
But as of late, I've been like damn near every other day, every other 3 days.
Well, as a equal grinder, I understand. You got to be putting it out.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta
You gotta
work,
be putting
I
that
gotta
shit
work
out
on
all
my
the
own
time.
stuff too,
Yeah.
and then like dividing like what I want to do, and then like
I mean-
making sure they all have enough stuff for
Right.
like individual and the group.
I think it's cool that as the person who makes the beats and stuff, because I assume y'all are just vocals at that point past. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, as the person who makes the beats, it's cool that you can continue to persist on your own
Yeah.
while continuing to also do stuff so actively
Yeah,
for
yeah,
the
yeah,
group.
yeah.
Now, is it one of those things where you'll like put I'm gonna steal away from everybody for a second. We're gonna dig into this one. Is it one of those things where like you'll put a handful of them in there and whatever doesn't work, you just like run away with, or like
Yeah.
is it one of those like the ones in the folder are specifically for the group and you have a separate folder that's like a not MVFL?
Yes. So a majority of the time, the MVFL group folder is like free reign for like the group.
Okay.
And then I will send stuff like separately if I have like a specific idea.
Okay. Now, when you sit down to put a track together, do you sit down like being like, all right, this is one for MVFL, or like this isn't one, or do you just always let it like decide itself at
I
the
kind of
end?
let it decide itself, but sometimes obviously I'll start with intention because
Yeah.
I want to like work on an idea or a theme that we talked about prior.
Right.
And that's usually what we do is we'll have like a theme for a project or like a general idea that we're going for, and
Okay.
then I'll kind of just like free base ideas off of that.
Okay.
And then we'll pick and choose.
Perfect. All right. Well, then we'll use that as a segue to kind of move over to y'all. And once a beat is made, so you get that weekly, bi-daily spec pack.
Yeah.
You open it up and you're like, all right, boys, mics are on, time to go. What do you do with it? Like, how do you decide which one to go with? How do you like, is it just like kind of we're going to work on everything? Do you pick out one via conversation? Like,
We take everything to the studio. So we go to the studio like usually about 2 times every 2 weeks.
Okay.
It's an Undercast studio. Shout out.
So, like, once a
Undercast.
week?
Shout out.
Shout out
Undercast.
Center Undercast.
Yeah. No, we take everything there. Usually we all in communication all the time. So like we'll just be like, oh yo, I want you on this. I want you.
you just wake up in the morning, you're like, what's up, group chat?
Yeah, just start.
Yo,
writing
I'm
some
real
shit.
sleepy, but I miss you guys.
Yeah, but
That's me.
Yeah.
That's exclusively Ghost. Yo, what's up, everybody?
Meme time.
Did you drink some water this morning?
No.
Stay hydrated, fam.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think it just kind of comes down to like someone has an idea, and then really we'll just bring it to the studio, and then we'll lay it down, and either two people have an idea that matches, and it's like, cool, that fucking fits perfect, or it's like we'll lay it down and come back to it. I mean, we've got a bunch of shit we haven't even come back to right now.
Yeah,
I mean,
so
we're
much.
like we
Oh,
probably
there's always.
Yeah.
There's always things that are like,
the vault is monster.
they're like
Yeah.
kind of an idea.
Yeah.
But like you were vibing on the concept and not on the creation. Like,
Yeah.
There's always stuff in the vault.
Yeah, so I mean, it's kind of a free for all, and then like you said, like we'll get an idea for a direction, and then we'll kind of go that way. But you know, I don't know. It changes too. The other day we tried just making one in the studio, you know, off of the cuff, and that
which was
Oh.
fucking
super
hella
sweet.
fun.
Well, it's cool to see y'all are willing to try just to like go at it a different angle.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think
For
that
sure.
like a lot of people are like, oh, this has to be the process, that has to be the process. No, they're all just processes.
Yeah.
Facts.
And what's crazier to think is that if a process doesn't work, that doesn't mean it'll never work.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean?
100%.
Like just because it didn't work in that moment doesn't mean you shouldn't revisit it.
Oh yeah, 1000%.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, that's cool. I mean, like it's cool to see y'all kind of have like a really like dynamic, like what's the word? Oh my god, I forgot. Collaborative like experience.
It helps
like,
that we all really fuck with each other too. Like we all really love the shit that each of us make. So it's like we're all really good homies. We all really like the music that each other makes. So when someone makes a really cool track, like it could be like a solo song, and you can be like,
yeah,
hey, what if one of us gets on there?
Yeah,
You know? And then it's
yeah.
like it just makes it like 10 times better. You know.
I do think it's cool how y'all have like notably different styles. Like y'all don't sound just like each other. I mean,
For sure.
I've run sound for y'all a couple times now, so like I think I can actually say that. I think I can actually say that. But like no, I think it is cool that like you all feel like sonically a little bit different. It's easy to distinguish who's who.
Yeah.
And I think that goes a long way, especially like in like more modern day styles of music, and especially in more modern day styles of groups.
Yeah.
For sure.
There are
for
definitely
sure.
a lot of groups who like, I mean, like shout out to their sounds regardless. Like it's good in its own ways. But like when you have everybody who like, it's hard to decipher who's who.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You lose a little bit of like your brain automatically
sure.
goes, oh, similar sound.
Right.
Yeah. So it's cool that y'all kind of bring that to the table.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
the second half of this question has been left unanswered. And you know what? I'm a big fan of picking on people. So Ghost, I want you to lead in on this one first.
Okay.
What would you say decides a song is done?
Once it gets like, sometimes we go off of like congestion. Like if there's too much in a song, we'll just be like, all right, I mean, if it's got to be done. Like
Yeah.
we can't add anymore. So
Okay.
that's a big one. But then there's also like if you just like feel like it's like up to what you wanted it to be, really up to like what you envisioned, because you can do anything with sounds, like you can always like put something in or take it out. So
Hell
like,
yeah.
just as long as like
It's a feeling.
yeah, just as long
just
as
a
it lives
feeling.
up
I
to
just-
what you felt.
I just want to interject and say that was such a well put together answer. Like, what the fuck? Like, that was such a good. Everybody watching this who has been on an episode before wants to be on one. That's a really good answer. Like, that's really like,
Goes in this.
fuck yeah. Like, officially, probably one of the coolest answers to that question. Everybody's gonna have to step it up from there.
Come on, guys. Yeah.
Oh gosh, you want to go, Egg? How do you feel?
What about how when it gets
Yeah.
finished?
How do you feel like a song's finished?
Yeah.
Because I feel like you're also as picky as I am.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. It's hard because like the cool thing is that I think we all have different like areas of like we're gonna think I'm gonna have one idea coming to the song. SPEKS gonna have a whole SPEKS made the beat, right? So he's got a whole vision that goes in one direction, and then he's got however many vocalists we're gonna get on it, and that vision might interject in a couple ways. And then really you get to the end of the song and you're like, okay, if I'm not feeling confident about, or if I'm saying I don't know, what it is, like just the other day we were at the studio and I'm like, we're sitting there, I was like, I don't know how the fuck to end this song. It was like, I was thinking about it for days and I was like, oh, I think if I can just give it to SPEKS, dude. Obviously this guy knows how to end the fucking song.
Yeah.
And then he did it and it was fucking perfect. And it was like, okay, cool. That's easily done. Like it's, sometimes I'll take notes about, like a fish, little timestamps. Like, okay, this part needs this, about stuff like that. But even that sometimes is too nitpicky. And so I think that's where it's like, I'm probably nitpicky too much.
So would you say when you're done nitpicking is when it would be done?
No,
like when
because,
you're like,
because that's
it
the thing
never
is that
ends.
and because it's like we got 4 of us, so it's like someone's gonna pull us out of the nitpicky because it doesn't need to be picked down to the bone.
Usually I just tell them to print it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm glad we're saving you for last.
Yeah,
then, because
yeah.
I feel like even though we kind of talked about it in the beginning, coming back to this way is going to make the most sense in the end.
Yeah. No, there's a
No, that
just
makes
feeling,
sense. That makes sense. And I just again to interject, like I think there's such like a specific uniqueness to when it's a group of people working on music.
Yeah.
Because it's no longer just a like, yeah, I'm fine with it or I'm not fine with it. Like you guys have to have a discussion. I mean, it like it starts with you, Spec, but you purposely design it to work with these guys all the way through, and so you have to think your sounds, and then they have to think, oh well, what did Spec imagine during this? That's kind of an interesting way to take it, because it's just like the idea of like working with what you had in mind which is fun because I imagine you are working with what you think they would have in mind.
Right, yeah.
So that falls back into that like collaborative and like very supportive
Well, I
element.
will say every time it's never what I thought.
Yeah.
I'll make,
Yeah.
I'll make
Well, I
the
think that's-
saddest
I think-
song ever, and like they'll do pop stuff.
Yep.
over it. And
It's
I'm
just
like,
a, it's just a Hanson cover at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not what I thought, but cool.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're still gonna save your breakdown for the end. We got one more person to go before we get to you. Go for it.
I feel like a lot of the time there's certain songs where like we just like one take it and it's like, oh, that's just done. Like there's some like he made a song that comes out in like 2 weeks. Like it's called Nosebleeds, and like it was like one take, or like listen to it, come back to like a beat cut or two, and that's it, and it's good.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean? And there's really 5 of us working on it because we've been working with the same engineer
Yeah.
like the entire
true,
time.
yeah.
So
Shout
like,
out Link.
And
Yeah.
we've been working with Link for like what almost 3 years now.
Well,
Something
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Roughly.
I was working with Link a little bit before.
Yeah,
and
like,
then
we've been
and then
working with him like 3 years, so he
Yeah.
really knows our sound and like knows.
he helped us build it. for
Yeah,
sure.
definitely.
Hell
So
yeah.
when we're like, Link, we don't know what to do, he'll just start.
Yeah, he's
moving
just got some
around,
stuff.
and then
He's got some stuff.
We've got SPEKS in there who just like will help him out when they get together. They'll make these crazy big dance outros or guitar licks and shit.
Hell
It's
yeah.
super ill. So it
Man,
adds another.
An
element.
objective third party is it's such a loose term now, so I hate to like lead with it as this way, but like a producer, somebody who can hear your overall sound, especially if it's somebody you've been working with long enough to know it in general.
Yeah.
But somebody who can hear the overall sound and be like, I think this is something y'all wouldn't have thought of, but it would work.
Right.
Like that can go
Definitely.
such a long
Yeah.
way. Such a long way, especially if it's the same person. So like
Yeah.
that's smart of y'all
He's
to get in
fantastic.
early and run with that. So
Yeah.
like that's just like, even if y'all weren't doing it intentionally, like strategically, that's a wise move.
For sure.
He's a
Hell
great
yeah.
dude.
For sure. Yeah, he's a fantastic guy.
Oh, yeah.
We love him to death.
Love him,
Absolutely. But yeah, I don't know. I think you never really know when it's done. Sometimes it's just a feeling like, damn, this is just it just is what it is. The art stands on its own. You know
Yep.
what I mean? And sometimes you got to flesh out an idea between 4 people. So it's like we got 7 different printouts of this song. But
Yep.
like at some point you're just like, all right, what else are we gonna do? So it's like
Yeah,
just
exactly.
print it, get it out. Because I know a lot of people get stuck on that. Like especially in rap shit. Because like a lot of people want to every little ad lib and sound to be perfect, but
Yep.
sometimes those little fuck ups are what can really set the
Yeah.
difference.
They can
They can
definitely
make
add
a
a
whole
character.
sound.
They
You
can
know
add
what
a
I mean?
character.
Like you can get a fuck up on your mic, and it can make your whole fucking whole sound. So
Coincidentally, what's fun is that sometimes if you fuck up, especially when it's multiple people,
yeah,
it will like unalign itself in a way that it no longer like clashes with the sound that was
Yeah.
so you're like, oh, if it had just been nudged over, but if you had like forced the nudge
Yeah.
over
Yeah, yeah.
afterwards, it wouldn't have been natural enough.
yeah, right.
And unless you're like very like good with your program and strategic, that's like a pain in the ass to like make happen.
That's why I was so in love with the SoundCloud Underground. I still am too.
Yeah.
Like just the rawness of that shit. Same with thrash metal and all
Yeah.
that shit I came up on. I just love the rawness of
I mean,
music.
there's definitely like a medium somewhere. Like there's a middle ground
for sure
it in general.
Well,
but yeah.
when we first started doing, like I was saying, Turtle Beach or fucking the Blue Snowballs and stuff like that.
Yeti
Like it's
Mike.
not, it's not great. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we
USB Yeti.
put out albums.
Oof.
Like we put out projects,
Yeah.
dog. So it's not like
Dude, RDRV1 was on
yeah, that was on a Yeti.
A Yeti.
Yeah,
Yeah.
First,
Hey, my first real band, Alert the Armory. Shout out to Alert the Armory. Not those guys. Fuck those guys. We're not gonna say the name of the band because we don't do it. But
Yeah.
we did it with like a handheld mic that
Yeah,
went into
yeah.
1/8 inch.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Or no, it went to 1/4 inch. We adapted it to 1/8 inch, plugged it into this piece of shit laptop,
Yeah.
and recorded the free version of Audacity,
Yeah,
where it was
yeah.
only the mono
Yeah,
tracks.
bro, you gotta go through that stage.
And
though.
we
You
did that with
have to.
drums.
Yeah.
Oh
nuts.
damn!
Yeah, like we
dude.
put we were just like, here you go, man, play to a click. And we put the one mic as far up in the corner as we could. And we're like, all right, whatever you do, we're going to play over.
That's crazy.
Oof.
Yeah, gnarly.
Ooh, I don't know why we couldn't hear the kick. It was the
Really?
weirdest thing. It was all cymbals for some reason. It was
damn,
so
wonder
strange.
why.
I don't know. Yeah. I thought you would just hear everything. Yeah.
Gotta record all that.
Hell yeah. All right. And again, we saved the last bit for last. Spec.
Mm-hmm.
What decides a track is done?
I mean, I don't think I really have much of a say, really, because I have to wait for them to put their parts down. And then most of the time, it's when they get too nitpicky, I'll just be like, hey, no.
Yeah, he
Like,
brings
I
us
think-
back to earth.
I'm like, I don't think you need to do that extra stuff. Sometimes it works.
See, but that's still such an integral role. Like
Yeah,
as we've gone
definitely.
down the line, everybody has been like, yo, like Spec's always the one who like brings it in at the end.
I mean, I like letting them, like, I like the free reign part of it. Because,
Yeah.
like, I always come with intention, but they always change it and make it something else. And then I'm like, oh, this is cool, too.
Hell yeah.
And then I kind of just let it play out until it's, like, what it needs to be, but I don't try to force stuff.
And that's kind of the biggest part of collaboration, I think.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like having your own idea and trusting actually is more
Right.
the appropriate word. Trusting that what they do with it from there on is going to work.
Right.
It's just like you almost don't have to have an end idea. Like you have to
No,
for
yeah,
like the
yeah,
sake
yeah.
of creation.
Right.
But like you don't have to worry about the end product. And that's
I mean, yeah,
that's really
I wouldn't
supportive.
say that's my first thought when I, like, send stuff. It's always, like, I'm kind of excited to see it.
Yeah, see what happens
Yeah.
next. And that's really cool.
I mean, I think that's the best part about it is because, like, at least from my end, I'm by myself when I make all the beats.
Yeah.
You know, and then I just
Oh,
send
nobody
them
comes to
off.
visit you and hang out? No, I'm
Well,
kidding.
I mean,
I'm kidding.
yeah,
I'm
just,
kidding.
like, I'm just in my
We
room, man.
It's expensive to drive to Everett every weekend, and I
Yeah.
still do it we do it usually anyway.
Believe me, I know how it goes. I know how it goes. Shout out Casey. He'll know. He'll know.
He'll know.
He'll know.
For sure.
He'll know. Actually, coincidentally enough, if you guys remember the show at Honey Latte, that's the guy that I dragged with me.
Oh,
Yeah.
Shout out to you, Casey.
Yeah, shout out to you, Casey.
Casey.
Yeah, I mean, shout out Casey's Garage. I'm not going to not plug the fucking
Oh, of
YouTube
course.
series that I
Shout
filmed
out
for him.
Casey's Garage.
Boom.
Bam.
Official audio stamp right there. We're going to
Bam.
pull that
Bam.
one.
Bam.
That's going to be in the intro from there
From
on.
Big Iggy Jones.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
B-I-G-I-G.
Hell yeah. All right, now this next question, I'm interested to see where y'all take it. So this is kind of, again, this is one that I really like to ask just in general, but I'm kind of curious to see how it goes with the group. And I almost want you to do it individually, and then actually, you know what? Let's do it individually. I want to see where it might contrast. If y'all could only show everybody one song to like describe MVFL.
Oh, that doesn't. You can't ask
no
that.
like
You can't
just
ask that.
and it can be like if you just like not that they couldn't go listen to the other ones after,
Right.
But if you had to pick one to show somebody to make them want to go and check out ones after, or like the one that you love, even for your own self the most. Like you can take the selfish way out. It doesn't have to be the quote unquote best one. But like the one that when you want to show people MVFL, like you are the most excited to show.
SPEKS is going first. Are we going back down?
Yeah,
You know what?
Specs, yeah.
Actually, we are definitely going to go
Yeah,
first.
Specs
on this
is
one.
first.
I guess
Yeah,
I'll take the
Best time.
typical route, and I'll say Lunch Money,
Oh,
just
no.
because
Yeah.
that's the main one from the album that people
From the
really
big album,
seem
yeah.
to enjoy from
Okay.
our first studio album.
So you'd say like people vibe with the beat of that one the most?
I mean, it shows
No,
like
I'm
the
kidding.
hip hop side, but it also shows like the hardcore, like thrashier side of us too, like the punk side, and I think it kind of like it's a good show of like
Which we will have much more of. Very soon.
Oh, yeah.
diversity.
Hell yeah.
But we're pretty softcore boys too sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes we'd be sad.
Yeah.
I'd show him Ping.
Oh,
You would not show
would
them
you say
that.
that?
I'm
That's a
joking.
fucking lie.
It's a
Re-answer
lie.
that
Shout out
question.
SoundCloud.
Specs didn't even make the beat for that.
SPEKS didn't even make the beat, but shout out, yeah. If you know that shit, shout out you, bro.
Hashtag deep cuts.
Yeah, no.
Fuck, I really love the shit he's been doing with his solo stuff. Like, he's got like, I was just talking about the song he's got about to drop. Like, that shit's, mwah. And then, like, his albums.
But that's not out yet.
Not yet. It comes
so we
out-
can't go out what's out yet.
So
Comes
I'll
out a
say
week after this comes out.
Ghost and B. Ghost and B is my favorite.
Thanks.
that was pretty good.
Thank you.
Yeah, I love that
I
song.
like that song.
I think I would go with like probably Lunch Money as well, just because it carries so much like hype.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, it's dope.
everybody's always gonna like. It seems like everybody would always like it, just because it gets you amped, you know,
Hell
ready
yeah.
for whatever you're trying to do.
Hell yeah.
I was gonna say Nosebleeds too, but it's not out yet. But that is like the one.
It's so.
It's like
fucking
the
good.
best.
See, but the next one that comes out is always going to be arguably
No, but
the
it's
best
like
one,
different.
you know what I mean?
No, but it's
It's
like
different,
different
yeah.
though.
I
It's
know.
like it has a.
but again, but when that one comes out, everybody's going to be hyped off of it. So
I
again,
hope so.
still,
Yeah.
let's pick out the one that hasn't come out yet.
I'd probably say like To the Tomb.
Oh yeah.
would be good.
Oh yeah. Too.
Yeah,
It's
because that one's like
fantastic.
got like I don't know. That's probably the most serious song where
For
it's like,
sure.
hey, here's us talking about some shit for real,
Yeah.
and I was talking about how cool we are.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
it's true. I want to switch my answer.
I also want to switch my answer now.
I feel like that's the one.
Shit.
That's
It's
real.
called To the Tomb, you know.
Hell
I
yeah.
think that one's
Rest
probably
up to
it.
Chazo for sure.
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
probably the one.
That's
Oh,
the
yeah.
one.
Yeah.
And see,
But there's gonna be ones that come out where they're gonna, you know, we got shit we're sitting on. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, it's all those
It's-
ones.
yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
but right now it's To the Tomb.
Yeah.
Hell
You guys
yeah.
will see. You guys will see.
all right. Now, you know what? Usually I have a question we dive into next, but I want to divert for a little bit. I want to take this.
Divert.
Clearly, y'all have mentioned this new song coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If people are watching this a week before it comes out, hype them up for it. Tell them what they can expect. Like I do a what's coming up in the future, but I kind of want to do it right now. Let's
Okay.
not wait till the end. Like, what is it about this track that people should be so excited for?
I think it's just it's super dancey, but it's like super real. And I don't know. He just real.
Real.
No, he knows how to. I feel like every time he makes some shit, at least for us, like it encapsulates what we're all feeling so well, and like it just has such an emotional weight, I think, to all of us. So it's like, I don't know. It felt so much. It's one of those songs that's just like, oh, this is it. Like
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain. I can't put it in words. It's just like Specs made the beat for him, and he just one take it, and it was perfect. I don't know.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
But be hyped. What's the day? What's the day? Ghost.
September
shit, yeah,
21st.
September 21st.
September
5
21st.
At 9
Every
p.m.
single platform. You look on all platforms, it's gonna
Check
be there.
all
I
platforms.
promise.
If you've
Right
heard
now.
of a platform, it's on there.
You hop on
Yeah.
Deezer.
Shout
it's
out
there.
SoundCloud.
It'll be on.
Deezer,
Shout out
TikTok,
SoundCloud.
Amazon
Shout out
Music.
SoundCloud.
Snapchat.
Go see on SoundCloud.
Yeah. to add on to
see
the
on
excitement
SoundCloud.
of it, and you'll understand, I think, a little bit. Because I think I don't know who I told somebody this. But, like, you know, sometimes, because I'll be watching One Piece, right? And I'm halfway through the
I'm sorry,
journey.
what?
One Piece.
I've never
you know,
heard of that.
One Piece.
I've never heard of that show in my life.
Yeah,
I don't know what you're talking
No,
about.
you know, and like when I'm watching it, the reason why I like it so damn much is because it's like, oh, it's a crew of, a gang of home
Would you say a
skillets.
motley crew?
Yeah, a gang of good, buddies going and kicking ass, and that's how I feel when we do our stuff. And then like I don't know what Ghost does, but he just does this thing where it's just like,
I never know what he's doing in
no,
there.
dude, he like puts like the fucking weight of the whole shit on his back and just like displays it in a way where it's just like, damn, that guy cares about it. And then it's like we all feel that, it's like that's all of us feel that way. But he'd be getting it out there in a way where I'm like, dude, I'm gonna bawl my fucking eyes out every
always
fucking
bawl my
time.
eyes out.
I bawl my
Every
eyes out every time.
Makes
So
me
yeah,
cry.
it's really good. I think it's probably the best song that's gonna be coming out so far.
Hell yeah.
Because it just it makes me cry.
Makes me cry a lot.
Yeah, I cry.
Oh,
I'm
that's
a big
exciting.
crying guy.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well done,
Sorry.
you guys. Sorry that I just made so much dope stuff. I'm sorry, it's
make
so
you
good.
cry.
Sorry, I'm so cool.
I mean, that's awesome though. I think it's cool that like I don't even know how to put it. Like I'm hyped for the song already. You know what I mean? Like,
It should be. It's
but like
so
not
fucking good.
not in like the like oh god big things come.
Yeah.
Like it's cool because that's like such a real answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, just to kind of take away from it again, like I've always really appreciated like your presentation to sound. I think that like 'cause, y'all aren't old. You've been
Yeah.
y'all have your own things. You guys are still have plenty of life ahead of you. But
yeah.
but when you're on stage, there's a commitment. It's very visible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like you still have plenty of time to figure out what happens with what and what does what. But like there's like a solidarity seems like a weird word for it, but it feels like the best one. Like there's like a camaraderie in the way y'all perform where like it's almost obvious that everybody is trying to hype up everybody
Yeah.
at the same time.
Yeah.
And that's just such a cool dynamic instead of being like, oh, I'm going to be in front. Okay, I'll stand
Yeah,
back.
we're-
Oh, I'll be in front. Like, y'all, like, somebody will be performing, like, whoever's the main vocal at the moment will somehow, like, just get buried in the back while everybody's just doing pit walks at the front. Or, like, y'all will just be carrying each other. Somebody throws up at some point. Like, not pointing any fingers. Not pointing any fingers at anybody's. You can't tell if I'm pointing. I'm not actually pointing fingers. They're all here. But, like there's just, there's a really cool presence
Thank you.
to your stage experience, which I think really goes a long way because it's something that transcends the space that y'all perform in.
Thanks,
Yeah,
man.
I
That means a
appreciate
lot.
that. I appreciate
That's a
that.
crazy
Thanks.
thing
We just
to
had
say.
someone recently ask us, they're like, do you guys like coordinate what you're gonna do before you go on stage? I'm like, no.
We've never-
no.
That's the
never
thing, though.
practiced
Is
once.
that's the thing, though. Is technically y'all do because you do it regularly enough that
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
become
We're just a family,
Like
you know?
you already know what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
And like,
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, there's a little bit of choreographing that could go into certain
Oh,
things.
and
yeah,
like
there
I'm
will
talking
be.
like 10-minute conversation,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
like ready 1, 2, huh. Like you don't have to do
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
But like, I'm sure y'all could put together a little thing if you wanted.
Most
But
definitely.
But just from a guy who's run sound for y'all before and a guy who's seen y'all perform a few times, like. There's a togetherness that I think really stands out in like a big way, like a way that'll support longevity.
Yeah, it means a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's highly
Hell yeah.
important.
Hell
That's
yeah.
longevity for sure.
And that'll segue us perfectly into this next question, which is, and again, y'all are going to kind of have to collaborate on how you answer this one. I'm excited to see how it goes. But what was your like, and I feel like they'll probably be together, so I kind of want to put this together. But what was your like most favorite and wild show?
Damn.
And if y'all want to answer individually and compare notes again, that's totally fine too. Or if you think y'all know what it is, I'm curious to see if it is that.
We just played a show this year at Tony V's. That was pretty
Okay.
fun. That was brutal.
Yeah, that one was
like that was
good.
the
It
pits were super
it
fun.
was- yeah.
Great crowd interaction. Everyone, fantastic. And
Yeah.
then we did a show in Olympia like 2021.
I was gonna say,
but we
yeah.
got like we only did like 4 songs and our shit got cut off and like it was like
Ooh.
but we were like it was like ramping up like to be crazy. So it might be like the what if that makes it feel so like mystical.
one that got
It
away.
makes it feel
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
mystical
Yeah.
in my brain. But that one or the Tony V show for me are like have been the craziest ones so far.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, most def.
I probably agree. All right, we had a Son of Olympia ones that were pretty raw.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But like,
LaVoya
but
was
you know,
cool.
it was so long ago. It was like when we first started, where it's like those are good.
I think COVID.
Yeah, then COVID happened.
Yeah.
Sorry,
We
we're
don't
not
say
supposed
the
to-
C
I was
word
gonna
on
say
it.
it.
I'm kidding.
Leave it. But no, there were some ones pre the vid that were pretty tight. But it's like it's so long ago, and like the music's like I'm like, dude, our shit's so much better now.
Yeah, for
So I'm like,
sure.
it's just like objectively they're better performances now. But like it was pretty cool back in the day.
Yeah.
it was it looked like
You-
8
you-
Mile up in there.
You'd be surprised
sure.
how many people their first show is their favorite show.
Really?
Oh,
Even for like
My
people
first
that
show
played a lot.
sucked.
Yeah. I mean,
he
like
was playing before he played with us.
their reasons were always like valid reasons, but
Yeah.
it was never like I did the best performance of my
Yeah.
life. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not countering your point.
Yeah,
I was
no,
just
for
like,
sure.
like your point
Yeah.
is valid in its own ways.
Yeah, well, no, I mean they were like active as fuck. You know, like there were people like
crazy.
throwing water. It was like whole in the it's probably like 50
There was
people
like a
in
pillar in
a
there. Some dude crawled like up on top of it, and he was going absolutely
He was,
fucking
like,
wild.
people
Yeah.
were climbing shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was pretty active, and I think it started off us being like, oh shit, we should be like the guys that perform really cool.
Yeah.
And that's like what started the ball.
Oh, well, you definitely don't do that at all. Most boring
Are you
performance
talking
ever.
about because I blew the speakers at that
At
one.
Lavoie.
Lavoie,
Yeah, we
Yeah.
blew the speakers.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah,
Allegedly.
for legal reasons, I did not
Yeah.
blow the
Yeah.
speakers.
No, we just had a couple of those. But yeah, I'd say probably the Kasky, when we opened up for Kasky,
that shit
that
was
was,
crazy.
yeah, that was pretty
Yeah,
good.
that
That was a
was
great
nice.
show.
We had everyone
Shout out
was,
Kasky too.
Yeah, he was
nice
nice. He was a
Kasky.
nice
That was
guy.
cool.
He was a nice friend.
Super fun.
Yeah, no, I think those are probably, you probably got them right on the fucking nail.
What do you think, Specs?
I mean, yeah, I would have to say that first show that we did. It was
At
like,
Lavoie?
yeah, it was
Yeah.
like
Yeah, that one was dope.
it's like at least notably in like the bookmark of our shows. I think about that one a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the one where we got cut off.
Yeah.
Because that's the one that got away.
No,
Yeah.
it's-
Yeah, of
I
course.
wish I could have seen it.
And you were
through.
probably in your bag when that happened. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
See,
Like,
I don't
Exactly.
feel like I was.
Oh, I felt like I was
It was
fucking.
crazy.
I was
No,
ready
that
to
was-
go.
It was our
Ooh.
first
That was
show
when
after
we were doing a
COVID.
bunch
Yeah.
of like, yeah, you already know, bro. We were going absolutely crazy
Yeah.
on
Yeah,
stage.
y'all were doing it.
We had, like, my plan was to like try to destroy the speakers before we got kicked. You know,
Yeah.
Like, the final song was gonna be the final song of the night in my head. So I was just
Yeah.
sitting there, like,
Whether they liked it or not.
I was doing my best. I was screaming as loud as possible. I
Yeah.
should have honestly just like threw the mic on the ground or something.
Yeah, it
I was
crazy.
pissed.
Yeah.
I was
We were
so
all
mad.
hella mad.
Yeah.
We were really mad. But,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know, it happened.
As it
Yeah, that's how
goes.
it
It
goes.
was for the
happens.
better.
It really was. It really was, for sure. We know a lot more now anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's part of the live and learn of it all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for
You
sure.
gotta take a few on the chin, I think.
Absolutely.
Facts.
Yeah.
I don't think people take enough on the chin.
True.
For sure.
True.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, having run sound for y'all, I can say that I would definitely have cut it off too. No.
These guys are trash.
Oh, what? You want me to turn it up? Oh no, the mains went out. I don't know what happened. This fader won't go up. I keep pushing it all the way down. It's not going up.
Uh-oh, MVFL.
What happened?
All right, now this is kind of the last like artist focused question, but this will be an individual answer one for sure. And this is a real heady question, so we're just going to get into it before we get into the fun ones. But individually, and you know what? We'll start with you, Iggy. We'll go this way down.
Okay.
What is it about music, like past like the presentation, past like the performances, like, or before that, I would say, like before you get to that, like what is it about music that individually like drives you to want to keep doing it? Like what does it give you personally?
Yeah. Well, I think it just lets me be me. You know what I mean? Like, it's a hard thing when, you know, life's so scary when you got no direction.
Yep.
And so, like, the one thing it feels like, hey, you know, as much as it's a 1 in a million shot, as everyone claims to say, it's like the one thing where I'm like, yeah, that's fucking, like, it's like a real life video game. Like, it's
Do
like,
you know
cool.
how many billions of people there are? 1 in a million is not the worst number.
That's it.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like one of those things where it's like, you know, as much as you know, it makes you like, hey, I you know, it's as close as being a superhero as you could be, probably. You know, like, hey, you know, you're not gonna get no cool powers. You can't be going on no ships. You're not gonna be a ninja, and you know, you're not gonna be part of an anime. It's not gonna come to life. You're not gonna get shipped off to some world and become a weird RPG character. You know, so
Wait,
it's
my
like
hair's not going to suddenly turn red, like main character red.
You know, and so that's where it's like you kind of you do get to do that, and you get to build this world and then encapsulate people within it. And then, you know, once you realize how many people, it's like, this isn't just my world anymore. This is a world that's like branched far beyond anything. You know, you start inviting other people's worlds into it, and it becomes a big old, you know, pile of shit that's just like, hey, this is everyone's going for it. And once you find the right people, it's just like I was saying, it's like One Piece, where it's like you find all the people in the crew, and you find that, and it's just like, yeah, fuck yeah, dude, we're gonna sail the fucking seas. And it just, you know, yeah, it's just what I love to do. Like, I don't know how to really explain it more than that.
Fuck yeah. No, I love that. That's a great answer.
Yeah.
All right, Ghost, let's do it.
I didn't really have like anything planned before like doing this, so it was like this or like literally nothing. Like I would have just been like rotting in my room right now if it wasn't for music. So
yeah.
I need my brain like moving and shit.
Okay.
And this is the best way to do it, in my opinion.
This is the way to keep your hands from being idle.
Yeah,
I get that.
Yeah.
I mean that one makes sense to me the most, so I get that for sure. That's definitely like the way I like to approach it too. I can't not be doing stuff.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, if I have, my brain's always running. Like my brain is like a fucking marathon runner basically. So it's like
your balance point.
Yeah, it's nice to be able to like jot everything down that's going on, because like with all this shit going on, I can't really like put it into a stream. But if I can write it down, then it's nice.
You know, would you say that like you use this as kind of like your way to, because it given the dynamic of the group, I can tell you're not the most outspoken one.
Yeah.
But it's really interesting that the whole group is like, yo, the one that Ghost just did, like, this is the one. Like, it's really cool that that's the dynamic. So do you find that it's like what allows you to express you most?
Yeah, I can't, like, it's hard for me to talk about like my actual feelings like to people. Like a one-on-one is like you're probably gonna get a whole bunch of like bullshit ass memes that I saw for like the past week. So like,
so you're a quality conversational. Like we could be friends now. I would love to see all of them. Let's do it.
Yeah, I just sit there and I'll just be like spewing bullshit. But then the moment that I get into the booth, it's like I feel like I'm like, you know, I gotta like hone into what I feel and like actually get out all the shit that I like don't show other people.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. That's really powerful.
Yeah, it's just like coping.
No, I gotcha. I gotcha.
Absolutely. It's like a diary.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I really feel like I just wanted to help people in the same way that music's always helped me my whole life. Like, I knew since I was really young, because like my mom went to school to be like for music management. My dad being in a thrash band and shit. Like I was around it my entire life, and like it was either like, all right, I'm gonna make music or help. I wanted to help people in some way. I wanted to be a teacher or a surgeon, but like I'm not smart, so I can do fucking.
I wanted to be a guidance counselor. So I get it.
Yeah, for sure. Like I really wanted to help people, and then the way that the underground rap scene really saved my life, I was like, man, if I can do that for other people, that's all I could ask for, you know.
Hell yeah.
And I get to be with my friends, and like the event that 1 in a million chance happens, you know, I get to hang out with my friends every day and you know, do what we love to do. We all love doing this shit.
I mean, you don't need 1 in a million chances. You do it all the time already. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. It's crazy that we even get to come out to like a different city and like we're playing shows and like people are pulling up and like it's mind-boggling.
People are always stoked down here when MVFL shows
crazy.
up. You know what I mean? Like it's
so
always
crazy.
such a cool point of conversation to see for sure.
We did that show at Honey Latte and then did that house show with Lawrence like right after, and we were driving home. I was like, bro, you tell 16-year-old me that like we would play 2 shows in a night in Portland. I tell you you're capping for sure.
You're a big capper.
Y'all should go to the Philippines then.
Yeah,
I would love to. Hell yeah.
Well, like their music culture. Sorry, not to tangent, not to break into it again. But in the Philippines, the music culture is like you show up with like very little of your own stuff. But you go from like venue to venue.
Yeah.
Like it's not uncommon to play like 5-6 shows in a night from what I've
so
been told.
That's so dope.
And it's just like that's like the you show up, you do your set, you leave, you go somewhere else, you do your set, you leave, and like by the time it's like 1:30, 2 in the morning, you've like played like 4 or 5 places.
That's awesome.
And then you vibe out for a couple hours with everybody who's also been hopping around all night, and then you go to sleep, you wake up at like 1 in the morning or 1 in the afternoon, and you do it again.
That's so dope. That sounds like
I would
the shit.
in a heartbeat.
Yeah, that's the shit.
Hell yeah. But we're not gonna forget about you, Specs. Go.
I think at least the core of it for me is that like music is universal. Like I don't have to use words to communicate how I'm feeling, and I feel like anybody in the world can like understand at least to some point. Like if I'm feeling sad and I like really project that into whatever I'm making, I feel like most of the time it translates.
Yeah.
And I don't even have to speak. And I think that's like the beauty of it, at least at the core.
Hell
is
yeah.
that like even at the end of the day, like we could be saying gibberish, you know, and I feel like we could still translate.
Wait, there's
like
actual lyrics?
Yeah, right.
Oh, just wait.
Just
wait.
I think that's like the beauty of music though, is that like you don't need to like you can evoke such a visceral response and emotion.
Ooh, visceral. Good word.
Right, yeah.
Good word.
Yeah.
Bro, your project Sleepnet, like you're so like your emotions were so well conveyed through it, and it's a crazy thing. I've never thought about your music like that. That's so crazy.
Yeah, I try. It's like I'm at least when I make my personal stuff, like not all of it, of course, because I make dance music, and that's just kind of like happy, you know, whatever. But sometimes like you can really convey, you know, subliminally, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, how you're feeling.
Especially in the making music side of things, versus like as far as like beat production, there's the ability to like command the room.
Right.
Starts there, you know what I mean? Like, it's obviously it's up to these goofballs to like move the room from there, but like it starts and ends at the beat for sure.
Right, yeah.
And like even then, once they've done something, like your ability to like manipulate and interact with it from there. And I think it's cool that you are like the in-house producer for them. Like you are the beat maker.
Yeah.
For MVFL's sound.
Yeah.
Because that just means that at any point they can have an idea that could change the flow of the song, and you can just change it.
Yeah.
Like nothing is so like y'all aren't stuck with like the stems of a concept. You know what I mean? Like anything is easy to manipulate in real time.
Absolutely.
I think as of late we've been doing that more often than not too.
Yeah.
Is like
I think it's important to do. I think I think that's what separates, especially like the people who are just getting the beats from somewhere. Like having the song so dialed in that like the song itself changes for the application.
Right. Yeah.
Like almost to the point where you could almost do it like you could do special iterations for like show to show if you really wanted.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like do little bits that are like specific to the one or the other. If you're
We've
like
thought about it too.
Yeah.
We just haven't implemented anything.
I mean, the big thing you can do, just if you want to watch this later and take it from, it's hard to do from show to show to show. Like each show, if you go and do it, what I recommend doing is taking what would amount to what would be 2 practices for y'all.
Sure.
Sitting down and making like 16 different iterations that you can just pull from and drop it. So just spend 2 weeks essentially just coming up with like alternate versions of like two alternate versions of each main song.
Right.
That you can just spice up and throw in whenever you want.
Yeah.
And then just become familiar with those changes.
It'd be crazy.
Yeah. Because then rather than like being like, all right, guys, the next show, what if we did this one? And like, oh, let's figure out how to, you just have this bucket that you can pull from. And when you've exhausted them, you just spend 2 more sessions.
Yeah.
And you come up with new ones and you already have new songs by then. It's got longevity. And you can choose to do ones that you're like, wait a second, guys, I think this one would actually vibe in the spot.
Yeah.
That's true.
So like if there's one where you're like, this would be hype at the end of the set, and you're like, wait a second, no, we should pull this middle of the set, but we should have it cool out on the end. Like,
Yeah.
That is a smart way to think about it.
Yeah.
We should try, at least we could experiment with
Yeah,
the idea.
definitely. We definitely should do that.
well, and then like it's cool because you can kind of get into the vibe of like what might be the differences. You know what I mean? Like then suddenly your change ups all feel congruent, and there's like a collaborative element to it. So just, just, if you want to.
Yeah.
Not my bad.
No, that's great. No, that's great. Great
absolutely.
fucking
Especially when it
thoughts up
comes
there.
to our live stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Trying to improve it.
Oh,
level it
we'll
up.
always make it I think if you can spice it up a little bit, especially because, like, y'all play regularly enough. You know what I mean? Like,
Right,
I think, like, y'all don't overdo it in a lot of ways, which I think is really cool. But you definitely play regularly enough that I think if you can give people a reason to want to go to, like, 3 of the 4 shows you play within, like, a 2-week period versus 1 of the 4.
Right.
Because they're just like, yo, what's MVFL going to do this time?
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
Like, if you can just have that.
Yeah, I guess I don't think about it like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
that's a super
I mean
good
the
idea.
formula that I was taught for like the best like regular show schedule
Yeah.
is you play 3 times a month. You play somewhere, and then your hometown, and then somewhere.
Okay, yeah.
And you do that because you can play recurring somewheres. So like every other month, one of the 2 somewheres can be the same place.
Yeah.
So that you develop new crowds as you move outwards. But then you come back so they can remember. They can be like, oh, you remember like the month before last when MVFL was here and they fucked? Like they're coming back. Let's not miss it this time.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
facts.
Bro, no, we need to start thinking of stuff like that because like we always talk about theatrics and like and just trying to do things differently. You know what I mean? Because it's very easy to fall into just like a cycle of doing the same shit over and over and over and over again.
Also, you got to remember that if the crowd sees a new flyer every other day,
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
like,
yeah.
then they're going to be like, oh, I can miss this one because I can just see, like, I know they're going to do one 2 days later.
Yeah, yeah.
So, like it seems kind of weird to say, but by creating a little less opportunity to, like,
For sure.
see you,
Yeah.
it creates a desirability to go see you because everybody knows, like, you guys have put in the footwork for it. So when people see MVFL, they're going to know
I don't want
that that's
anyone to
something they
see
want.
us.
But if they're like, holy shit, wait, it's been 3 weeks since I've seen MVFL.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Suddenly they're going to want to see y'all way more than they were like, oh, they just played like 3 days ago.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
sure.
this is we took like 2 weeks off
Yeah.
or something, and now we're playing this show, and like we really don't have much like show wise like planned out. We're just like
Yeah.
we're really kind of stepping back in and just like putting our head to the drawing board.
Like looking to
and-
reassess and
Well,
Yeah,
see,
change up.
exactly.
that's the other nice thing about the 3 times a month schedule is
Right.
suddenly you're not like, guys, we only have 3 days until the next show. Like,
Yeah.
I know we're supposed to work on this thing, but I'm just so like I'm musically exhausted.
Yeah.
So like putting it out, and you get to play with it a little bit.
Yeah.
So like y'all could like do a show in Eugene.
For
You know what I mean?
sure.
Like,
Yeah.
like that would be something where it's like you could plan out to do one there, and because it was your end of the month show that you picked out a month and a half ago, like there's time to generate, there's
Yeah.
time to figure out it, there's time to like set aside stuff for the trip if you want to stay there, because it's definitely a little bit deeper than like Vancouver or Portland.
Yeah.
So like I think that it allows you the opportunity to think logistically as well,
Yeah.
which is really like it doesn't seem like you guys have a problem with that, but that's like the next big move.
Yeah, for sure, most definitely. I
Yeah.
mean, we were just talking about, just like where we want to go and just kind of trying to do bigger things, like bigger opportunity shows
Yeah.
and stuff like that, and really trying to, you know, make it like MVFL shit, like show people what our world is, you know what I mean? Because we did it, we came out this summer like ravenous. Me and Iggy were talking, like we came out like, you know, we dropped like
ravenous, another good word.
hella projects. We were playing shows probably every weekend.
Yeah,
We were playing shows.
We were playing shows every weekend from like June to end of August, and it's like now it's like, all right, they know what we do.
Exactly.
You know, so now let's level it up.
No, I don't want them to know what we do.
No, I don't want them to know what we do.
Yeah,
at
now
all.
every time they show up, y'all want to be surprised.
Exactly.
Well, yeah,
For
I'd even
sure.
say that this show
You're in that
tonight.
Danny Brown JPEG Mafia range. You're trying to scare the hoes.
Yeah, pretty much.
exactly.
Yeah, I mean, after tonight, it might, you know, coming this way, it might be a little bit. We might try to make sure that we plan it out. And like I said, I don't want to come out and do something, you know, the same shit. I think even, you know, I think even today we were struggling with our track list because it's like, fuck, we don't want to do the same thing all the time.
We have all this unreleased shit that we like, now it's like, that's where all our focus is, you know what I mean? So now it's like going back and playing the shit we played every weekend. We're like, damn, man, I want to, because we've got a bunch of different sounds, hardcore
Don't tell them
shit.
at all. Don't tell them anything.
Don't tell them anything?
Don't tell them anything.
Okay.
We have a what's coming up next segment that we'll get to in a little bit. That'll let you tease it a little bit. All right, but we could definitely run on this for a long time.
Yeah.
Let's keep moving on this for a little bit because we're jumping into the fun one now.
Oh, yeah.
We're getting into the hypothetical
I love
questions.
Those are my
Hypotheticals.
favorites.
Now, y'all probably know this first question pretty well, but I'm going to change it up on you.
Cool.
This is that I'm excited for this now.
Yeah.
And we are definitely going to start with Spec on this one. So usually I ask if you could work with any one artist who's currently alive, who would you pick? You know, stuff like that. That's like that's the usual version of the question. We're going to change it though.
Okay.
We're going to change it.
Okay.
If you had to pick one artist who's currently alive to add to MVFL, and it could be anybody. It could be anybody
Wait,
as
like
long
on
as
a
they're
song
alive.
or like Adam?
You know what? Yeah, we're gonna say add to the group.
Wow.
If you had to pick
shit.
an artist that you think would, and I mean, obviously you don't know, trillions of these famous artists, so it's like obviously it's a like if it would work out, assumably.
Saying that they're like
Yeah,
personality
like,
type matches.
Whoever you would pick would work out. We'll live in the realm of that.
bet.
But like if you could add somebody who like just based off of either what you know about them or only what you know musically about them, who would you pick to add to the group? As the person who would make it to where I could not interview y'all on this couch.
Like a cemetery joke.
Yeah, bro. Add Sam.
Cemetery to the group.
Yeah, no, Sam's fire, bro. Shout out Hunter.
I don't know. Honestly, there's already 4 of us. Like, what else are they gonna do? Like
DJ Smokey.
DJ Smokey. I don't know. I mean, yeah, if we could add another DJ or something, that would be
that's
cool.
what I'm saying.
Like, I think at the most, like, having something else that, like, expands what we could do on stage would be like, the most ideal.
Okay.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. You ever heard of Reggie Watts?
Yes, I have.
I think he's
big fucking fan.
He's like so spunky, and I
That
think,
would be
like,
incredible.
I think
Reggie
that-
Watts, if you ever want to be
Reggie
on the
Watts,
show.
if you ever want to be on the show.
Dude, let's make an album.
Let's make an album on the show with MVFL.
Because I feel like we could do live stuff, and he does live stuff all the time, but he like improvs all of it, and like we don't improv.
Yeah,
So if we could like make a
He's
segment
dope. He's super
like
dope.
out of our,
okay.
like bring that improv side
Hell
of it,
yeah.
I think
Yeah,
that
that'd
would
be
be
sick.
cool.
Hell yeah.
I think that's what I would say. I don't really know if I'd actually add anybody to the group.
Yeah, that's the hard part.
Maybe we can scale it down then. We'll say for like a song.
collab
Like if you want to do a wild feature. And Spec, we'll even if you have a quick answer for that one.
Timbaland.
I'm sorry.
Timbaland.
That's so
Okay.
fire.
Bet.
That's so
Yeah, man, he had that locked.
Yeah,
You were just ready for that.
Immediately.
His
I
song
love
with Justin
that.
Timberlake, bro.
Absolutely.
Carry out so good.
Come on.
I love Timberland, bro.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, way too good.
Damn, that's crazy. For a song?
Yeah, we'll change it to a song. I didn't realize the complication of having 1,800 people in the group.
That's a lot of stuff.
New time.
Shit. I would want to make a song. I don't know, I've been really into Shed Theory. I really like them.
Joey.
But no, I want to make a song with probably Suicide Boys. I mean, they're a huge inspiration to me.
True.
Okay.
You know, fuck, I don't know, man. It's so hard because so many people make such specific music. You know what I mean? And like, I think about people around us all the time, and it's hard to even like you know, we make songs with other artists. What's your problem, bro?
We'll get to him next. Don't
What's
worry.
his deal?
Don't worry. We're gonna make him hold on to it. We're gonna make him hold on to it.
Hold that.
No, I don't know. It's hard to even like make songs with like a local artist we fuck with. Like we'll individually do it, but like it's hard as a group because we already got, you know,
Yeah.
2-3 verses and a thing. But probably like Drake because that would be huge.
You don't even like Drake.
Hell yeah.
I love Drake, bro.
Get Drake on it.
Views is my
Yeah.
Views is my.
I'm gonna be honest.
It's a good answer.
That's such an out of pocket answer. I
That's
can't even get
crazy.
behind that one on you, man.
Dude,
No.
we drop a song with Drake, he's gonna do great.
No. A Drake song would do great because of
I
the Drake.
know.
But like, I don't think anybody who's fucking with Drake would go, "Yo, these MVFL guys."
They'd be like, "Dude, these
that'd
guys are fire."
That doesn't. I don't know. I don't feel like that's good. Like,
This is
I hear what you're saying, and from a businessman to a businessman, I understand what you're saying
Hell yeah.
structurally.
That's the
market. Or
I
Lil
never
Yachty.
want to diminish anybody's decision because I hear what you're saying creatively, fam. I'm here for it.
No, I'm
But
not
I gotta
for
tell
it.
you that wouldn't work. I'm here as your
You
friend.
said it did work.
I said it wouldn't work.
You said no matter what, it would work.
Drake,
No,
Wanna
I'm
get
saying
on a
I hear
song,
what
get
you're
at me.
saying. I don't
I'll fuck
understand
with- I'll
why
fuck
you
with your
think it
answer.
would work.
I'm just confused as how that was the answer.
I don't have a real answer. Those are my 3 answers.
Yeah.
Shed Theory, Suicide Boys, and Drake.
You know what? Let's get all of them on a track.
Yeah,
That'd be
please.
nuts.
That'd be nuts.
Bro,
That's just like
7 minutes
insane
cycle.
collaboration. Let's do it. I'll do a verse on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
why not?
please, bro.
You should. Get you in the
Sweating
booth.
my fucking ass off.
All right, I'm excited.
Sweating.
We've only got a couple more to go. Don't worry. All right, Ghost. What do you got?
Shit. We're going like. Why'd you stop fanning me, bro?
Don't made me.
Oh, okay. Shit. Justin Bieber.
Oh, that's a great
good
answer. That's a great
dude.
answer.
Damn
Actually,
right.
that I could see 100%.
Yeah, that's a great answer.
Absolutely.
Like
Oh,
Drake,
like-
trash, but Bieber, 100%.
That's fun.
I see that
Bieber,
for
yeah.
sure.
Fucked up.
Bad answer.
Drake did a whole Justin Bieber music video.
Yeah.
And it was only fire because of the Biebs.
That is true.
That's real. That's real as fuck.
He looks great in that video.
You know what? Yeah.
Yeah, he looks great in that video.
Talking about
Bieber.
Yeah.
True.
Fuck, dude.
When, bro, shit, that fool's got swag, bro.
yeah.
He was the inventor.
Fact. Sorry. Anyways.
Sidetrack.
Sorry.
That's the best answer ever. All right. We've got one more to go.
Well, I have like a concept because I think because like they were saying, like I don't know who I just throw on a track, but I have an idea for fucking her name's like Alina Orlova. And she's like this Russian singer. Remember the like SPEKS, I used to play that
Oh,
fucking like
yeah.
and
All
no,
the
dude,
time.
she's got this voice where I'm like, for sure on a haunting hook in between them, it would fucking slap perfectly. It'd be like the best song ever. So I'd say like if I had to put anyone on our track, it'd probably be her.
Okay. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Why were you laughing so hard at my answer?
You know why I'm like, I don't want to say it. I don't want anyone to. I don't want the picture that y'all have painted of me and how I feel about the Suicide Boys to be painted live.
Okay.
But you know why I laughed.
Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah.
we'll drop it.
Okay. Okay.
He looked so mad.
comment.
Because he's a dick. He's not a nice dude.
All right. Now.
Yeah.
All right, now for this next one, this is the last we'll do of the hypotheticals, just because these will run forever if we don't
Yeah.
tailor them down a little bit.
For sure.
But this is another one I'm kind of curious about. If MVFL had to do a different genre,
Ooh.
like if you had to move to something, and we'll let you, if you want to confide for a little bit. If Cameron reminds me, I'll even mute the mics if you want to chat for a second. But like, let's just throw it out there. Actually, you know what? We're gonna do individually again. Fuck it, we're doing it again. Starting with Iggy. What would you want MVFL to move to? And as a plot twist, you can't choose country or EDM, and you can't say the same thing the other person just said.
Okay.
There we go. We're
Yeah.
gonna have a lot of fun
Let's
with
go.
this one.
Locked in.
Yeah. It's hard because it's like we just simply would do it. I think.
Yeah.
If we really wanted to, but I don't want it. That's a lame ass answer, so I'm not
Yeah,
gonna say that.
it is.
Honestly, I'd probably say I'd want to do like I don't know what the like genre is, like it's like technically pop, but like Adele style like ballads.
Okay.
Like if we could make like power ballads, that would be
Yeah,
all I would probably
okay.
do. But
Hell yeah.
just my vocals don't do that.
I
So
mean,
I'd
it
say
could.
if we made power ballads, some Queen shit, dude,
That'd be ill.
that'd be ill.
Fuck
I'd
yeah.
probably say
Yeah.
that. That'd probably be where I'd go with it.
Fuck yeah.
I'm doing like 2012 emo pop punk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, I could definitely see that for sure.
What was that? What you were gonna say?
No.
That's what I thought. I thought that's what that is
He was
exactly
look-
what that looked
he
like.
was
He looking at you like you took
bro,
my answer.
You fucking,
I'd probably make like new metal, like Limp
Okay.
Bizkit, Head PE type shit.
Okay.
Head PE is like my favorite band ever. So.
Y'all aren't gonna get the shout out, but shout out Britney for new metal. Definitely being invented in 1991.
Yeah.
Yeah, new metal or like early 2000s pop.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
some of that
I
club
think-
music, baby.
I think I'll throw the curveball here and say like we could do like a barbershop quartet.
That's what I was
Yo.
thinking at first. That was my
Let's
first.
go.
It's like I could do some baritone,
Little
maybe.
doo-wop.
Yeah, we could do some.
Dude, we should
I
like
could-
open a show with some shit like that. Like come out like in the whole like fucking parlor fit. That'd be
Do it.
crazy.
And just make it all like rip off
Yeah,
clothing,
yeah.
like Velcro
Yeah,
stitched
that'd be
pre ahead of
crazy.
time. She's like, ow.
That'd be crazy, yes.
Sorry, I thought we were gonna just do it.
I was so ready for it to happen.
I
wasn't gonna
was
stop
doing
you.
it for a while, and
All right, here, I'll count y'all in.
Yeah.
Snake jazz.
Yeah,
Facts.
for sure.
Well, that was definitely the curveball. Solid choice.
That's a
And-
great
Coming in
choice.
with that
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Coming in
Great
with the,
choice.
I love that
slight-
idea.
Hey, fun fact: there's a duo named Chromeo. They're like an electronic funk group. I don't know.
Chromeo, dude,
Yeah,
that's ill.
but they
That's
did.
wild.
There was this song that so there's the main guy who like does like vocals and guitar, Dave One, and then the guy who does like all the synth, all the production, all the beats, like stuff like that, and his name is P Thug, and they made this song that was very doo-woppy. It's called Mama's Boy, and it like starts with like boom bop.
yeah.
Boom, ba-da-da,
Yeah.
boom. Like it, like
Fantastic.
like the main chorus has the ba 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 ba
love
like it
that.
like, and Dave One was like, "This isn't gonna be it, y'all." Like I don't be
Love
fucking with
this
this.
one.
Nobody's gonna be fucking with this. And P Thug was like, "Trust, like, just I know what I'm talking about. Just let me cook." And people go insane
Yeah,
to
makes
that
sense.
song. Like I've been to
Makes
multiple Chromeo shows, and people are always just like, like it's just
Yeah.
it's one of those.
Yeah.
That's ill.
Yeah.
So
That's
just
ill.
Funk
just
could
know
get you
you
moving.
never know what's gonna hit.
Facts.
You
Oh,
never
yeah.
know what's gonna
Oh,
hit.
yeah.
Yeah.
And even if it doesn't hit at the time, that doesn't mean it won't hit later.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, yeah. So just never be afraid to try the thing. The worst thing that happens is that it just doesn't work for one show and you scrap it.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. But you may be like, yo, I get why people didn't vibe with this show, but this show it makes sense on. Yeah, like
Try
This
it
show
here.
we
We
should
could do
try
it.
it
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
yeah, like there's gonna be moms at this show. Let's do the cool mom
yeah.
song. All right, we're gonna go ahead and start wrapping this up. And let's
Damn it.
I know, I'm sorry.
I don't want to go.
I don't want you to leave either. I'm gonna miss y'all when you're
I want to
gone.
stay in the jam box forever.
I want to be in the
For
jam
real?
box forever. Cook
Oh,
up in the jam box.
I was gonna say, yeah, it's getting a little toasty in here. We decided to omit the fan for the sound,
No
but
fan.
yeah. But tell us about what's coming up. Let's say like October onwards. Like what can people expect from you in the like relatively near future until like the end of the year?
I would expect a bunch of literally everything.
Trading cards,
Real. No.
basketball
It's
jerseys,
just
That would be
a.
cool.
I mean, we.
bobbleheads.
We never
Sorry, I had
stopped
to
working.
get a third one.
Never stopped working. So we got
Yeah.
a bunch of projects that are just gonna keep rolling.
Yeah.
But
Hell yeah.
you know, I don't want to give literally anything away at all. So it's just you know, peep game.
Yeah.
Keep the game.
Yeah. You know, we got like fucking some cool stuff.
Hell
Yeah,
It's
but
pretty
Ghost
sick
song.
stuff.
Ghost
Pretty
new song.
Yeah, the one that we already talked about
We
a
already
bunch.
Yep.
talked about it.
Yeah, and then other
21st.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
21st.
21st.
Oh, yeah.
Nosebleeds.
Yep.
Movie.
Yeah, and a bunch of other cool shit at some point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's coming.
Hell
I mean,
yeah.
I can hint at it. Maybe I'm not gonna say anything, but like, there's like 2 duo projects, and
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I got a main album coming out.
Yeah.
Another
Okay.
album coming
Duo
out from the group.
project.
Hell
Well,
yeah.
SPEKS just dropped a project last night.
Yeah,
and another
SPEKS
one's coming out
just dropped
and
a
another one's coming out
project
next week.
last night.
Oh, and we do have a group song coming out.
We do.
Oh yeah, we have
Yeah,
a
with
group
our
song
boys.
coming
Yeah,
out.
we can
tonight.
preview that.
Yeah. Next
Yeah.
Friday we have a song, Specs Smoke Sesh Volume
It'll
1.
come out right after this.
The day after
Yeah, the
this,
day
yeah.
after this
The
does.
day after
So,
this.
Yeah.
mark your
If you're watching this
calendar.
day of, tomorrow.
All platforms.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
And it's got
Get
our
that
boys, Easy Bars and Abe the Gump. And it's
Yep.
Hell
one
yeah.
of many. We want to do fun ciphers because that seems to be the easiest way to put more people in MVFL songs.
Hell
Seems
yeah.
to be the way.
Seems to be the way. So if you want to be on Spec Smoke Sesh, send us your requests.
Hell yeah.
You'll
Do
be on
that.
volume 2.
No, you
Sue.
probably won't.
You might. If
You
it's
ain't
fire,
gonna.
you will. If it's fire, you will. And I'll be brutally honest with you.
Perfect. All right. Now for this next one, we're gonna have y'all look at the camera. We're gonna I mean everybody's gonna know MVFL, so we'll have you do individual like ads and plugs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And we're gonna start with Spec for this one because that seems to be the
Specs.
fun rotation.
Specs on the beat.
What? Like,
So yeah, like look straight at the camera and just be like, "Hey, I'm Specs. This is my at. Bing bang boom." Go
hey,
for it.
I'm Specs, but my handle is Aspect. It's ASPEKTUAL on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. You'll find me.
I'm Dovahnoface, Big Dove, Sir No Face. Dovahnoface on everything but Twitter. I don't have Twitter. I think it's scary.
I think it's scary.
Yeah.
You mean X? Sorry.
Oh, sorry. X.
My bad.
Shout out SoundCloud.
It's mxtxbbyghost, and that's only on Instagram. I don't fuck with any other platforms, so don't look me up on there. I'm on TikTok too, I guess. And you find me on like SoundCloud and shit. SoundCloud gets everything
Early.
before anything else. So listen on SoundCloud if you
Listen on
if you like
SoundCloud.
shit.
Shout out SoundCloud.
Hell yeah.
Go see on SoundCloud.
My name's Iggy Jones. My ads are Hello Iggy Jones. That's on Instagram. My Spotify is Iggy Jones, and most of the things are just Iggy Jones, man. That's pretty much what it is. That's me, and this is MVFL, man.
Dude, rip
Hell yeah.
headphone.
And
users.
somebody say the at for MVFL while we're in it.
At m.v.f.l.
But only
Boom.
on Instagram and Spotify.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have anything. Well, we technically have TikTok, but I don't use it at all.
Yeah, we don't use it.
We will. We will.
We
Follow
will.
our
We will.
TikTok.
I
If we
promise.
get
We'll
will.
post cool
if we
content.
get
And it's gonna be
8,000 followers, we'll start posting some sick ass content.
the fuck do you think we are, dog? Yeah, hell yeah.
Oh god.
Mabuffle.
All right. Now we've got one last question to go.
Yeah.
But before we get into it, I'm gonna steal the camera for just a second.
Steal it.
Take it.
As always, y'all, please make sure to like, subscribe, push all the buttons, do all the things. I don't know where they are, but you do, and I trust you. With that being said, let's go ahead and get on into it. And for this last one, we're gonna start with Iggy.
What's
We're gonna
up?
start with Iggy.
What's up?
What is your guilty pleasure song?
It's a hard one because I've thought about it. Again, I don't want the lame answer to be like I don't feel like I just listen to my shit. You know what I mean? So
Well, then just go silly. What's a silly song?
I really like the SpongeBob AI songs a lot.
Yo.
Yeah, I really do.
Yo.
I really like them a lot.
I heard a Plankton verse one today that just
Yeah.
fucking bodied.
Yeah, I can't even
I was
cap.
so mad.
There's a Plankton metal song.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's fucking sick.
Oh, actually, I think that was the one I heard.
It's
fucking
good.
The one where it's like
Yeah.
robot the chum bucket. Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah, I get that's probably honestly if anyone heard me, I'd probably feel weird about it. I'd be like, I probably shouldn't play that around people.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that'd be
Wait, who did the cover of the Evanescence one?
the Plankton.
Yeah.
Was it
Yeah.
Plankton as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's
Fucking-
Cartman.
No, that was Cartman.
yeah,
yo,
that's
yo,
one.
yo.
No,
when
but-
his voice breaks up in the in that one. Yeah. Oh my god.
that's-
I was so mad. I was so mad because I was just like, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, why is this a yes?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
It's too good.
What's your guilty pleasure song, Ghost?
It's a song called "Shawty Wanna Fuck."
Shawty
Yeah.
wanna fuck. Shawty likes it rough, and she's got a big oily butt. A big round wet McMuffin. Shawty's got sexual techniques. And a big round oily butt. Goosebumps on her booty cheeks. I wanna bust a nut.
Alright, that's all I want to do. Yeah, but yeah, I don't know who made it.
Hold on, everybody knows the words, and you're just not gonna look at somebody else and go, "Who did that song again?"
He has one song ever.
No, he has one song ever,
that
and it was
one.
posted on a random YouTube account and like random like.
It's like 2008.
Yeah, dude, in like 2008, bro. So ahead of his time, bro. Actually, insane.
Oh, that's so funny. I don't have nearly as good of an answer.
That's the best.
That's fucked up. I don't know.
I've never fallen out of my seat to an answer, so you did it. That was beautiful.
Fuck. Probably like hell. I've been listening to the Cranberries hella. I'd say the song.
But like,
The song. What's it called? It's the sad one. It was in The Simpsons, but it had like an American cover.
oh god, I can't. I know what you're talking about.
Close to You, Yearn to Be, or
Yeah,
something
yeah,
like that.
something like that.
Yeah. I love that shit. I feel kind of guilty about it because like he doesn't like the Cranberries and he's like my best friend, so he makes fun of me up for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I mean, like, the Cranberries aren't really that bad.
he makes fun of me for it though.
All
So
right. I
it's-
mean, the Cranberries really aren't that bad.
I just don't like him. I
That's
listen to
fair.
him like every single day while I was working at Papa
Oh,
Murphy's.
that'll
a minute
do
ago,
it.
so,
That'll
yeah.
do it. Yep. Any retail radio,
Yeah, dude.
you're
Yeah,
allowed.
just,
You're
it'll
allowed to
ruin
not like that.
everything.
That's
I don't
fair.
know,
That's
I still listen to Big Time Rush.
Facts.
there. It is.
Is that bad?
No,
I didn't feel like
don't ever feel
I
guilty
didn't
for
feel
listening to
bad.
Big Time
I didn't
Rush,
feel bad
bro.
about it. Boyfriend's so good.
Facts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can go ahead,
facts.
boyfriend.
Yeah.
Bro, come on,
That
son.
shit's crazy. That shit's crazy.
Those are still great answers. All right, Spec.
I'm
What
a
do you
sucker
got?
for like dad rock.
Okay.
Yeah, like I'll be listening to like Nickelback and Creed sometimes.
Okay.
Fuck yeah.
Bro, but sometimes it be hitting and I just be jamming out.
You're goddamn right.
Facts.
He'll rap,
Never
brother.
feel guilty for that one, brother.
Sometimes,
Creed.
You just throw on that old copy of fucking Hotel California.
can you take me higher?
Yeah, that's great.
Oh my God! Look at this photograph.
Prison gates.
Oh no!
For me.
I hate how every time you hear the hook of one, you're like, "Oh, that's right. That
Yeah,
is
oh,
one of like
oh, yeah.
you've somehow forgotten it until you hear the hook, and
It's
you're
like
like."
auditory trauma. Like, I
Yeah,
just
oh,
know
yeah,
Every time,
yeah.
every
Yeah,
fucking
like you
time.
somehow were able to disassociate, but it brings you
Oh
back.
yeah.
Yeah.
Heavy.
Fuck,
Teleported
yeah.
right to my father's truck in like 2010.
Listening to some fucking Riot by 3 Days Grace.
Oh my God.
The fresh smell of Marlboro Reds
Yeah.
just shoofing through. Yeah.
Yummy.
Those are the days,
Certified.
man.
I'm a certified 3 Days Grace hater.
Fuck you.
Dog.
So, I got a death metal dad. What do you think?
That's fair.
I wasn't allowed
like,
to listen to like anything like that wasn't hella hard. Like even like Green Day, my dad was like, no, not allowed. But then I heard Eminem, and I was like,
I heard Eminem.
Yo, fun
Oh,
fact.
fuck.
Fun fact. Eminem is like a recurring like early music occurrence for like inspiring people to get into music.
oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
my mom
like-
put him on
like
my
I still keep
iPod.
trying to get somebody
On
to
that-
fucking put
on
it
that-
like go back and watch old episodes, tally it up for me. Something cool will happen if you do. But so many people.
Yeah, my mom accidentally put that shit on my iPod when I was in like 4th grade.
Yo,
And then
shout
I was
out
like-
moms.
And I was like, oh my god, this is so nuts.
My band. No, I'm
Yeah, no, I was listening to like
D12.
There it is.
yeah D12.
There
That's
it is.
crazy. Yeah, no, that was funny. Shout out my mom for that one. I
Hell
don't think
yeah.
I'd be a rapper if it wasn't for that.
Hell yeah. All right, y'all. Well, we've reached the end.
We have.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you
being
so
here.
much.
This
was
was
great.
wild.
Thank you.
I hope I
So
didn't
much
look a
fun.
bunch of weird ways the whole time.
I mean, it's too late now. It's already the
Yeah,
end.
I know. I'm like, dude, I was probably looking off in the distance randomly, or like,
Oh, yeah, me too.
like touching my face in weird
Yeah.
ways.
Just-
I'm
oh,
excited
yeah,
to
the
go
whole
back.
time.
I'm gonna go back and I'm just gonna find so many moments of all of us doing dumbass
You know
shit.
how often I just be touching my? I can't
Yeah.
help it, bro.
I think I was like
be
sniffing
sweating
the
too,
mic.
so-
I'm
Yeah.
also sweating like
It's
a
it's warm in
motherfucker.
here.
Yeah.
It's warm in here. There's a lot of bodies. It's not
Yeah.
as big a room as it looks on camera.
Feeling
Huge,
it now, Mr.
humongous.
Well, I mean, don't tell them about the pool.
I'm not.
I mean, the what?
What?
The what?
I'm sorry, the bowling alley? No, not the bowling alley or the
that's
movie
crazy.
theater either. Don't tell them about that.
Don't tell 'em. Don't tell
They
'em.
cannot know.
All right, y'all. Well, we're going to get out of here. Usually I just make this happen, but we're going to coordinate it. And we're going to start with Iggy on this one. This has been another exciting episode of Jimmy's Jam Box. I'm Jimmy.
I'm Jambox.
Wait a second. Hold on. We're doing that again.
Sorry, my bad.
I'm Jimmy,
I'm Iggy.
I'm Ghost.
I'm Dove.
I'm Space.
and we're signing off. Later, y'all.
I'm Couch.
I am Couch.
That's a wrap.
This is not a podcast. This is a show.
Jamming.